Dimitri, how are you? It's a real pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, I'm very fine. Feel great. It's very hot here in Switzerland now, and yeah, it's summer.
Yes.
Well, Kat is with us, and she's kind of running our controls and everything that go along with it. You guys have met.
Mhm.
Kat, how are you today?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. So your 4th of July was fun or what?
It was quiet.
Quiet is
Yeah.
good. Dimitri, what did you do during our holiday of celebrating our 4th of July?
4th of July, yeah, it's in Switzerland. It's not a special day. It's a day.
It's
Yeah, we
just
don't.
another day to shoot pool and play golf.
Yeah, yeah. So it's yeah, it's a nice. Yeah, like I say before, it's very nice weather, and the kids will have summer holidays soon, and yeah, we are preparing
Well,
for them.
well, let's start. Well, let's start with that. Tell us about your kids.
Yeah, I have two kids. One is Sammy, the other is Janice. One is 16 years old, the other is 9. And yeah, they will go to our second place where we was all every year going to Morocco, to Marrakesh. And they will spend their time there for 5 weeks. And now we are preparing, yeah, that they will have nice holidays again. Yeah.
Wonderful. So this is their summer break from school?
Yes, in Switzerland we have 5 weeks summer holidays, and yeah, these are the biggest holidays for the kids. So yeah, it's also the best time to go more than 2 weeks abroad.
So how do you measure your practice time and play time while the kids are celebrating their best holiday time to be with dad?
Yeah, of course. Now it's much more easy than before because maybe you know that since January I quit my job and I only play pool now. So of course, yeah, I travel more because of the pool billiard, but I have also more time to organize yeah, vacations like this than before when I was working 100%. And yeah, then it was really tough to organize everything, the work, the family, and the pool. So now it's much easier for me.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit because that's such a common reality for most people, even especially in the amateur level, but they want to play pool, they want to play more pool, but they've got to make a living, they've got bills to pay, they've got a family to take care of, and there's this real juggling process. So what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about let's talk a little bit about before you actually quit the job, how did you manage to pull together practice time, playing time, maintain a high caliber level of skill, and yet you still had to maintain the work of your job and so forth. Tell us a little bit about what did that schedule look like for you?
Yeah, like I said a little bit like before, it was really not easy because yeah, every day I have to work 8 hours, and then after the work you are a little bit tired, and you want to be with your kids, so you will not go practice every day pool. This is logic. And I always try before the tournaments. I practice before the tournaments when I was working, but of course it's not the same like now when I wake up and I can think at pool billiard, and I can really yeah, I can be more focused in pool than before. But also before, of course, the good thing was I have no pressure. I have my salary from the work, and like we all know that pool billiard is also a very mental game. So this was the good thing, that I have no pressure, financial pressure. That means that yeah, when I go to a tournament, even when I not make a good place, I know I can go to the next tournament. And yeah, now I have to think a little bit different. Yeah, I make my budget. I hope this is the right word in English. And yeah, it's really different now. But this is my dream. I say to me, I don't want to die one day and tell me that I never try to live with my passion. And I know since 20 years that I'm able to play with the best players in the world, and but only to know that I can and never do it. I don't want to die like this.
Well, that's putting it in some pretty phenolic statements, but the finality of that choice is one where it sounds like you're setting yourself up to feel real gratitude and a joy in your life. So in the past, to be sure my question was clear, because some people are really going to hang on this. You did work your full-time job.
Always, yeah.
You maintained that full-time schedule. Then you came home, even a little bit tired, still spent time with the kids. And then after that, you would just make time to practice. But the key thing you said, which I think is so important, is many players today will say to me, well, I have this job, I have to work, so I don't get to practice or play as much as I want to. But in reality, what you did was the complete opposite, which I really agree with. And that is to say, I have this great job, I have this great salary, it takes the pressure off. So whatever time I do get to practice or play, it's great because I can practice and play without the pressure, without the mental pressure, and however better I can get while my mind mentally is not in anguish, it's relieved of financial pressure because I do get to work. I do have my salary, my pay, so I can play whatever amount of time I do get. And if that changes, well, then that's fine too.
Yeah.
So instead of having such a negative side of, I have to work, I can't believe it, I can't play as much as I want, I get to work, I get to pay a salary. So when I play, I don't have any pressure.
Yes, exactly. Well, I have to say that I also can say that because I live in Switzerland. I had also really a good job, and that's also why I can say that. Maybe there are other people who it's not able to this, but I think if in general it's always when you have a passion, you can do this beside the job and even the family. I think when it's enough important for you, this passion, you also can do it when you work. Yeah.
So how long ago did this passion for playing pool start for you?
Yeah, so I play since I'm 9 years old. My uncle had a pool room here in this town where I live, so I grew up with pool. And in the first 10 years, I was every day in the pool room. When my friends go in the sea, have a nice day, I was down in the pool room and was practicing. So I think this was the most important time for me to grow up my pool level from 9 years to 20. And then with 20, like I told before, I start to working 100%, and then I do it like semi-pro. And then with 22 years, I get the first-time father. And and since 20 years, I was making this, working
How long ago? So then how long ago did you make the transition to full-time playing and you resigned from your occupation, your job?
It's since January this year, really. January this year, yeah. Of course, I had between 2009 and 2011, I have a big sponsor also, who really helps me to get semi-professional, and then I go from 100% to 60% with the working, and also then I was coming directly European champion. I was #1 ranked in EuroTour, in the EuroTour ranking. But then after 3 years, there comes another CEO in this company, and he say, "Yeah, pool billiard. Why pool billiard?" And then it was again not possible to have the sponsors. Yeah, then I have to go back to 100%, and that's where I'm now after 20 years. Yeah, but I was always, of course, I was playing all the big tournaments. I knew always how much I have to work to be really on the top players, what I need. And so I was always playing billiard, even when I was working. Yeah, so I always feel that it's important for me that when I have to, I can. This was always important for me.
So the sponsor you had, how did a lot of players like to ask me about getting sponsors? And I have a number of answers for them. But from your point of your life, tell us about how you did get that first sponsor and what they did for you.
So I really have to say that maybe I had the biggest sponsor from every pool player I know in the world. Especially, it was a sponsor who have nothing to do with pool billiard. It was a economy here in my town where I live, and they have nothing to do with pool billiard. All pool players I see, they have sponsors from pool, from pool cues or But this was really have nothing to do with pool, and this is why I came since 20 years. I come here in the regional magazines. I'm here one of the top 5 famous athletes in my town. And this is because a good friend of me make a lot of work in the in the media, and especially in the newspapers. In that time, and that's also helps me in my work, in my insurance. That I was people knew me a little bit, and I think for me also now like I am like a pro, I also want to go again to search sponsors who have nothing to do with billiard. Because
so let's walk through that again, because I'm trying to help other players who are going to listen to you to get an understanding. How did you acquire this sponsor? Did you write and request? Did somebody just introduce you? Was it an accident? You got lucky? Give me some idea so the other players can understand. How did you get a sponsor in the past, and how are you planning to get a new sponsor for the future?
So this past sponsor really was a work who was doing since many years. It was not a lucky punch or something. Like I say before, I was really since 15 years every week in the newspaper, and maybe one times in a month. My ex-manager, he's dying 5 years ago. He always say, how is that possible that such a talented player have no sponsor? And he say this not only 1 time, 2 time, 10 time, 20 times, 50 times. And in the end, after so many years, we can choose the sponsor. It was unbelievable. We have 3 possibilities, and we choose one of them. And and the good thing, it was not only a thing who was 1 year. It was they sponsored me 4 years, and I was really in the company inside. I visit them 1 time in a month, and I was really part of this company. And I also go to Germany when they sell their products. I was going helping them. I make a lot of things who have really nothing to do with pool billiard. And I think this is the way for me to find again a sponsor, because when I have a sponsor like that, I really also feel that I can give something back, because here I come really in the newspaper, the people see me, I can really be there, make a good work for them.
So
also.
you feel that when you have a sponsor, you should be applying yourself in some way to help promote that sponsor.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I can not only take money, and I think because I'm a good player, and that's enough. If I am a company, I want to I want to invest in someone who gives me something back. Maybe it's not always publicity, but it's also that they do good things for a good sportsman. It's also a good thing, and maybe when the people who are working in this company also like what the CEOs do, so it's also a good thing when you can
It's good
manage.
morale.
Yeah, genau.
Right. Well, you know that many other players, they see having a sponsor differently.
Yeah, it's
They think
the one
because
way. Yeah, yeah.
I'm so talented, you should just give me whatever you have, whatever I need. And if people see your name on my shirt or my bag, that should be good enough.
No, it's no. I also always say when people say me, yeah, if you were world champion, you have more sponsor. To be honest, I think I have less sponsor if I will be world champion, because now I can sell a dream. That the dream is to be world champion, and somebody will come with me on the road with this. But when I say that I am world champion, they will say, yeah, but you are world champion, you arrive in the end, so why you need us, you know? So I think it's not important which success I have in billiard. There are other things important for to find a sponsor for me, for
Sure.
my.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about your skills and how you apply these during play. But in the meantime, we're going to take a brief moment right now so that actually Sneaky Pete Mafia can pay some of its bills from its sponsors. And we're going to get a couple commercials right now from Kat so that we can take a break here, and we're going to come back. Okay, Dimitri?
Okay.
Great, pleasure.
Yeah.
I want to hear about you in Austria and what it was like to play against SVB.
SBB. Well,
Yeah, Shane Van Boyne and
okay.
Skylar at the World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, it was of course amazing to play like them to them, but yeah, I was I was not happy because the first two games we really played perfect, and then against USA we make some mistakes, but yeah, it happens, and we are still we was happy with our performance because we really had tough 2 matches before, and we handled it very good. So in the end, we was still happy. But of course, when you are in the quarterfinals, you want to go farther, and but yeah, in the end, it's a good result. We are happy. Yeah.
Then you got third place in Austria. That's fantastic. And beat David Arcady?
Yes, I beat David. I won 7 matches, and then I lost in the semi-final against Sanchez. Even in this match, I make 2 safety mistakes, and that's all. Yeah, so it's so hard, difficult. The EuroTour, it's maybe it's the most difficult tournament for me because there are so many good players, and so I'm also happy with these results.
Yeah, you did great.
Yeah.
Good questions. So, Dimitri, let's talk a little bit about your playing strategy.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how you think between offense and defense, and at what point you feel it's necessary to play defense and not take a risk on the offensive side. Give us some of that personal view.
Yeah, I'm a really defense player, but maybe this is also because of my situation before. When I was working 100%, I was not the very best shooter. From if you compare with other European players, I was there are many better shooters than me, so I have to change a little bit my game. So and that's why I was such successful even when I not practice so much. I really not try to put every shot who is possible.
Let's talk a little bit about, what do you feel when you're feeling any nervousness, and how do you deal with that during a tough situation? And how does that feel when that tension comes on? And what do you do to actually work with that?
Yeah, I always think that it's a good thing to accept that you are nervous, not to do like, now you don't have to be nervous. It's important to accept that you are nervous, and then it's more easy to handle it. So I accept that I'm nervous, and then I play slower. I try to look how I respire, and I have 2-3 little tricks how I can feel myself better, and and this is also a thing. After years and years, you learn yourself more. But of course, every match is different, and it's
Sure.
not always the same. And sometimes it works better than other days. So
well, I'm glad that you said you have 2 or 3 little tricks that you might use, and in that case, without giving them all away, but would you share one of them? Because one of these ideas you called tricks to help with the nervousness, this might be something we could teach the amateurs that could help them. They more readily get nervous, but nervous is nervous. Doesn't matter. You get nervy, you start jittering, everything starts getting a little crazy. Teach us one of the things that you do that calms this and lets you continue shooting.
Yeah, also, like I said before, the most important thing is to accept that you are nervous. Also to accept that you can have bad days. Also to accept that you can have horrible hours of pool. And this is a very important thing, because today the people always see the best matches, how somebody run out seven racks, and then they think, the pros are like this. But I know that every pool player is nervous. Even the best are very nervous, and the most important is to accept. And then for example, me, I have I try to go really deep. That means that's what I believe in the world and everything, and I try to think at these things what I believe in, that give me the hands, and but everybody have something else in this, and maybe this helps at somebody.
So where do you get your greatest inspiration from to play your best?
Yeah, to be honest, it's the whole thing that I can play pool. I really, when I am happy on the table, I also I'm very good mentally. That means I'm really so happy that I can be on the pool table. I didn't know this 15 years before, that pool gives me so much in my life, in the life, and this gives me also a lot of confidence, and especially also in this situation when I'm nervous. It helps me a lot that I do something what I love, and when you love something, then you are maybe also less nervous, because nervous normally you only get when you think, oh, I should not miss or something, and this ideas comes more or less than when you only love the game. Yeah.
Well, this is exciting to hear, because with our conversation today, I'm probing a little bit more into the more personal mind and action of how you think and what you do. And many times we talk to a lot of other players, and we don't really get to talk that much about some of their profile behind the scene of what they're doing mentally to make adjustments. And so this is adding some nice variety and information to help other players. So what's the big matches coming up for you in the near future? What are you most excited about that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, actually this Matchroom events are very important, because that will be the ranking for the next years. And actually I think I'm number 15 in the world. And yeah, and now the next tournaments will be EuroTour in Bulgaria, then the European Open. And what I really like is then the US Open in October, and also the International Open. That's the first time for me. I will play there, and yeah, I really love it to go to USA also always. And I only was 3 times in USA, and I hope in the future I can go more there, because in the end this is where everything starts, this sport. And I also like how in USA you live this sport. Yeah.
Okay, this is good. So with upcoming matches right now, are you in a special training regimen? What do you do to practice at this point for the things that are coming up?
So now the next month, really I have the first time now since 1 year, really no tournament. So I really will make the minimum the next 3 weeks. That means maybe 2-3 times I go play a little bit, maybe 2-3 hours to be a little bit in the rhythm. But then 2 weeks before the Bulgaria Open, I will practice again before this tournament more. But now the next 3 weeks, really, it's a little bit holiday. And this is also very important to enjoy the life when you not are in the pool halls.
Well, tell us then, how old are you now?
I will be 40 next year.
40 next year.
Mm-hmm.
And you've given us such a great history since you were just 9 years old with your dad having a pool hall. This is remarkable that you had the privilege of just being seated right in it, and then you just took to the passion of it and the love for it. Well, yeah. Some players would like to think about becoming professionals, and they don't have a complete plan. They don't have a coach. They don't really know how to practice. They get too involved in playing games more than training. And to your mindset, if you were to take any one of these amateurs and they came to you and said, give me some help me decide, help me know, what can I be doing? What should I be doing that I want to increase my skills? Yeah, knowing what I just said, how would you answer them to give them some serious, position of understanding what it takes?
I think the most important is that they have to look, before they start something, to look in the mirror and really ask them what they really want. If they are ready to change their life, and really ready. Not means only I want to play pool. That means also that you travel a lot. Maybe you will win less money than before. So it's really, for me, it's a decision of heart, not of strategy or of my head. It's really it was a decision of my heart, of my passion. And I think even when maybe financial is not a good thing for me for the moment, but for the future, I'm sure that this will be the right decision. And even right now, I know that it was the right decision. So yeah, everybody is different, but the decision have to come from the heart. That means, yeah, they really have to say I want it, and not only it will be nice. Yeah.
I think that goes along with what you said to her earlier on the first part. You need to be focused on your play and on your skill level of what you're capable of doing, and focus on that more than focusing on, oh, I should get a sponsor. Oh, if I had a better stick. Oh, if I could play more. Oh, if I didn't have to have a job. These are like empty negatives that they dwindle and they provide no hope. They're kind of elusive at best, and they have no substance of value.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me, I've said before, it reminds me many years ago when my dad was teaching me how to do bowling.
Mm-hmm.
And he would say, focus on the spares, the strikes will come.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on the spares, the strikes will come.
Okay.
You know, if you focus on your play, the win will come. Just focus on the play. Focus on this shot, and then the winning the rack will come. Focus on the rack, winning the match will come. Focus on the match, winning the tournament will come. You can't focus on winning the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
You can't focus on getting the sponsor. You get the horse. You get the horse behind the cart. You get the cart in front of the horse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And you know, you only get one thing when you put the cart in front of the horse. The
Mm-hmm.
horse gets a bruised nose.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly.
It doesn't give any value, right?
It's. I'm also. You have also to be ready. For example, when I now start, and even when I lose every match now this year, it will not change my opinion, because I will not make my decision about the results. It's really a decision. Of course, when then after 4 or 5 years nothing's come back, I have to ask myself if it's really the right thing. But it's in the, like you say before, it's not the results the most important thing. It's more how I feel when I do it. Is this the right thing? When I wake up in the morning, do I feel good with that? And questions like this are for me the most important thing.
Yeah. Dimitri, this has been a real pleasure just to get to talk a little bit about what's going on in your life, to hear a little bit about your past and your track record. And by getting to know you a little more personally this way, when the players are watching you, who have then taken some time to listen to this and hear a little bit more about your personal life off the table, even as it relates to being on the table, they get to know more about who you really are. You know, 2 kids, your wife, your life, your family. You've had a history of this with so much going on, and with now you've had sponsors. You're looking for new ones to come, and they're going to come as a result of, trust me, when the sponsors realize that you make good promotion for them, they want to come to you. And the more you win, the more they want to provide the promotion for you.
Of course.
Because they want what they want for them. And exactly. it's two-way, right? It's give and take. It is.
Yeah. So what you want to know personally, you can ask.
No, I think you've given us some really, really great stuff. And do you work out regularly? Do you keep in good shape? How often do you get to do that?
Yeah, I'm not the big sportsman, but I try to walk enough. It's here like it's nothing, but I really try to walk 12 kilometers per day, and I try to look for what I eat also. But I'm not going to the gym every day or something. Maybe one time in a week, I do something like for me. I look that I live healthy and I'm in good shape. Yeah, but it's not. I'm not.
Excellent. Good. Yeah. Dimitri, thank you so much. Kat, thank you so much. If you want to close us out, Kat, and this was fun to spend this time with you. Thank you, Dimitri.
Thank you. It was very nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.